We're in the midst of the transfer window and Liverpool have already signed 2 players and another 2 are said to be joining very soon. In today's video though, we're going to be taking a bit of a break from transfer news and discuss some massive Trent Alexander-Arnold news, whilst also discussing which 6 players could be used as a creative formula to land Romeo Lavia this summer, whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Liverpool are set to begin their pre-season preparations this weekend, but Jurgen Klopp will be without a number of his first team squad. The Reds officially returned to training at the AXA training centre on Saturday before heading to Germany and later Singapore for a series of friendlies to regain match sharpness. The first day back will only include players who have not represented their country on international duty over the summer, with the first set of those players scheduled to return on next Tuesday. Klopp typically allows each player a 3-week break from the point at which their commitment ceases, meaning it could be a while before we see the likes of Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott, as both prepare to face Spain in the Under-21s Euros final on Saturday evening. Just 10 first-team players are expected to report for the opening day, meaning that 17 players will miss the start of preparations for 2023-2024. Klopp will likely turn to youth in order to make up the numbers, with the likes of Bobby Clark expected to be involved, Ben Doak and Conor Bradley are set to join as a part of the second wave along with Liverpool's other internationals next week. Darwin Núñez and Fabinho are among those available for the first day, having not taken part at international level over the summer, with Thiago also set to return following last season's injury troubles. Stefan Bajcetic is also expected to be in action on day 1 as he continues his recovery from a adductor injury which ended his season prematurely in March. Players who will be back are as follows: Adrian, Portugal, Phillips, Gomez, Matip, Fabinho, Bajcetic, Morton, Thiago, Núñez. Absentees: Alisson, Kelleher, Van Dijk, Konate, Tsimikas, Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Van der Berg, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Henderson, Jones, Elliott, Diaz, Salah, Gakpo, Jota. Just a quick one guys, we have released our new July drop. We've got brand new designs. We have the Liverpool original t-shirts, along with the We've Conquered All of Europe t-shirts. Do browse the new collection by going down into the link in the description or going to copyclothing.com. Anyway, let's get back into today's video. Trent Alexander-Arnold is looking to get into the best shape of his career as he prepares for another big season with the Reds. Alexander-Arnold ended his campaign on a high after being employed in a hybrid role across right back in midfield, registering 1 goal and 7 assists in the last 10 games. The England international has been laying the groundwork for another season at Anfield as he bids to maintain the momentum which saw the Reds pick up 7 consecutive wins over April and May. The Times' Paul Joyce has reported some massive news, and that is that the 24-year-old has just only taken 1 week off this summer following his England duties, before undertaking an intense training regime across the pond to optimise his physical condition. Alexander-Arnold is said to have been spending time in Under Armour's innovation hub in Portland, Oregon, where he has begun hiking up mountains and cycling at altitude in an attempt to maximise his potential in 2023-2024 instead of spending his time off with his family and friends in a sunny location. It is said to be another significant season for the defender's career as the Reds look to bounce back from a disappointing campaign in which we failed to mount a serious challenge for any major honours. The Scouser will be hoping to play a major role as a part of a new-look Liverpool which will include new midfielders Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai. Alexander-Arnold is likely to line up alongside new arrivals as a part of a midfield 4, with the side are in possession with simultaneously maintaining his defensive duties at right back. The 24-year-old was one of the shining lights in the Reds' narrowly unsuccessful late surge for an unlikely Champions League place and is set to appear in the Europa League for the first time in his career. Liverpool could look to offer Southampton a swap deal in order to get their next midfield signing over the line. The Reds may need to find an alternative way to bring Romeo Lavia to Anfield after recent reports indicated that the Saints expect to recoup £50 million for the youngster. Such a hefty fee is likely to perturb Liverpool as well as their rivals for their signature, but the latest suggestions are that members of the current squad could be used to make weight in a potential deal. Journalist Fabrizio Romano has hinted that the Reds could use a creative formula to secure the Belgian signature, adding that some players could move in the other direction to make the transfer happen. Speaking exclusively to Give Me Sport about Liverpool's pursuit of the player, Romano explained for Romeo Lavia the price tag is around £50 million, but sources believe that maybe with some add-ons with a creative formula such as including some players, they can find a way with Southampton to reach an agreement. It begs the question though, which of Liverpool's current squad members could be used to sweeten the deal with Southampton? Well, in this part of the video, we'll give you 6 that could make weight. Tyler Morton. Tyler Morton could be given a permanent option for the Saints, given that he has typically operated in a similar area of the pitch during his time at Liverpool and on loan at Blackburn. His season at Ewood Park was cut short due to injury, but his impressive performances have given indication that he has potential to develop into a top player in the coming seasons. Nat Phillips. Nat Phillips could also make the move to St Mary's with the defender ready for a new challenge, having already been restricted to just one Premier League start last season. Stefan Bajcetic. A loan move to the South Coast for Stefan Bajcetic would make a lot of sense for all parties, with his profile similar to that of Lavia, and a temporary switch perhaps being the ideal way to build the Spaniards back up from injury. Connor Bradley. Similar to Bajcetic, the same could be said for Connor Bradley, who enjoyed a successful stint at Bolton in League One, and a step up to the Championship could be an ideal move for his development. Bobby Clark. Bobby Clark is progressing steadily through Liverpool's youth ranks and could provide Southampton with a midfield option if they are to lose one of their star men this summer, while Sepp van den Berg could also be used to strengthen the Saints' defence as he recovers from his latest injury setback. There are both temporary and permanent options available to Liverpool should they attempt to use players as leverage to the Lavia deal. A potential transfer would likely require some form of compromise, with the current £50 million price tag an extraordinary amount for a 19-year-old despite his unquestionable talent. One of Liverpool's most promising academy graduates has been the subject of interest from clubs in England and Germany. Left-back Luke Chambers returned to Merseyside this summer after an impressive loan spell in Scotland with Kilmarnock. The youngster made 9 SPFL appearances following his January move as he helped his side to a top-flight safety. He will have been hoping to break into Jurgen Klopp's plans further up the pecking order at Anfield in 2023-2024, but another loan move could instead be on the cards this summer according to latest reports. The Athletic's O'Neill and Andy Jones wrote on Friday morning that Chambers has caught the eye of Championship sides Watford and Sheffield Wednesday, with Xabi Alonso's Bayer Leverkusen also emerging as a potential destination. The 19-year-old turned down the chance to represent England at this summer's Under-20s World Cup, instead choosing to see out his stint with Kilmarnock and help them avoid the drop at the end of the season. It was an admirable sacrifice and one which ultimately paid off for the Scottish side, with the youngster's reputation growing throughout last season with Liverpool's under-21s and later with Kilmarnock. Alonso's Anfield connections could well have a hand in his intention to take Chambers to the Bundesliga on a temporary basis, as the defender looks to continue his momentum built throughout 2022-2023. O'Neill and Jones outlined Liverpool's intention to assess the teenager throughout the club's preparations for next season, before deciding whether a loan move may be beneficial for his long-term development. The manager may have to rely on youth for the first part of pre-season, as we said, as only 10 first-team squad members are set to return to Saturday's opening day of training. Chambers is likely to get the opportunity to show Klopp what he is capable of in the coming weeks, before a decision regarding his immediate future is made for the upcoming campaign. Liverpool fans, what do you make of Trent Alexander-Arnold's determination and not having a holiday this summer? And do you think he will make a massive impact next season? Yes or no? Let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Remember, we do have Liverpool t-shirts available on our website, so do browse the collection by going down into the link in the description or going to copyrightklothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.